just this. The
Yeah,
words itself, I mean,
there's what's coming, things happening.
and
So
this can be seen as a higher truth or whatever, it becomes just the next thing. There's just this.
if you're looking for a landing place for truth, you can find it everywhere. You can find it in the
Yes,
church, you can find it
exactly.
in fashion, you can find, you can land everywhere if you want to believe in something. But
It becomes the next thing, yes.
if you fed up believing something, I fed up believing something because it does, I'm just caught up every time in something that, maybe failed me, maybe I'm not satisfied, maybe it's not, you feel that it's not the truth. And then you discover there's not really a truth. You cannot land anywhere.
Yeah, and it's funny with the not landing because you cannot land anywhere. It's in a way just another landing that you cannot land anywhere. So in that sense, it's hopeless.
If you want to believe in something, so this has become also a belief.
Yes, exactly. Beautiful. Yes, totally.
Hi, Sanders.
Hey, Tara.
Hi. I just caught on that you were on right now, and I just wanted to say, I just wanted to give a big love hug because I feel so much joy. There's absolutely, I can't stop giggling. There's so much joy in what you share because the simplicity is heard. It's just, and it's, you cannot explain it, but the words don't make sense anymore here. It just sounds like noise, blah blah blah. But what's the energy is really heard, and it's so obvious, it's inescapable. It's already this, and there's no words, like you can't use words anymore, and it's just it's so childlike. It's so loving, and and even when you shared, I don't know what love is. I just went into complete silence. Something just collapsed in that, and it was just, and I can see everything can dance in this. It's just a dance. It's a dance, and you cannot fuck it up. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. It's, I don't know. I just wanted to express this joy and this love I'm feeling right now, and such a gratitude. There's such a gratitude. Thank you for what you do, and your postings, and your, that's pure. Oh my God, that's just pure love. So thank you. Big hug.
Thank you for
While
sharing,
while
Tara.
while listening to Tara, what's
Yeah.
coming up here? It's Tara. It is what you think it is.
Yes.
Thinking that it's pure love, that's it. Thinking that it's bullshit, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No
And then
escape,
something,
sweetheart.
and then something here doesn't even care really anymore. Something I
Maybe,
don't know.
maybe, maybe in 5 minutes you are going to care, and then
Yes.
the whole thing changes totally. Well,
It's
as I
very
said, it's
fast.
what you
Yeah.
think you are. It is, and there is no choice in this. You have no choice what kind of thought is going to pop up or not.
No, no, there's no choice at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's
But
heard as it's
this
heard.
character, sorry, this character is very childlike. I can't help it. I'm full of giggles a lot. I'm constantly giggling. I can't help it. It's just there's just a joy in the not knowing anything anymore, and the not caring, and then everything just relaxes, and it just feels like we're just a bunch of children on a playground talking nonsense most of the time. There's just a lot
Well,
of love.
that sums it all up. Let me
I
let
just
me
feel like we're a bunch of 5-year-olds, and what are we doing? Can I tell you a quick story? I was just walking by the playground, and there was a bunch of children, little children playing in the sandbox. And a teacher walked over and said, "Who's spilling the sand outside the sandbox?" And they all yelled, "Nobody is." I just started laughing. It's speaking in everything if we really hear it. So thank you for allowing me to share.
Thank you, Lara.
Lots of love. Thank you.
Garrett, how are you doing? You want to share something tonight?
I don't know what to say. I usually write down a few things, but no, I thought I was in the wrong Zoom tonight. I was listening to the Zoom by the gentleman from Los Angeles. I've forgotten his name.
Michael.
Yes, that's right. Tony was in it, and Don and Ginny, and it was a big happy party. And I don't know why. They're not at all serious. You know, everything was happy, and there was an answer for everything. And yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's it, I would say. Yes?
Hey, Gareth, did you ever go and get your head popped by Emerson?
No, I lost the interest afterwards when I listened to one or two of the interviews, and they sound a bit crazy when one or two of the students had been seeking for 50 years following Tony Parsons, and Emerson said, you took the scenic route, going around everybody for years, and now you come to me, and and she was happy at last, and so I thought it looked.
And that was weird.
Yes, it was too good to be true. Instead,
imagine following Tony Parsons for 50 years. Imagine that.
Yeah, and the money he spent, you know.
Garrett, I'm curious. So you said that it was a big party. So, you know, with the Michael meeting, as I understand.
Yeah.
So, are there any thoughts about that? Is that better? You know,
I don't know. Again, I thought.
Free? Is it more non-dual? What is it? You know, is it more? Are the people more free there when it's all love and party and hugs and kisses?
Well, I enjoyed it for a little while, and Tara, you know, sounded as if she was from the same group, you know, and I thought, this is great. But it never lasts with me. You know, I get a bit despondent, a bit down, and so I have to be careful I don't stay too long in the wrong Zoom. I've got to have a bit of each, I think. Some with people and some here, just to even it up a little bit. I might have too much of a good time in the wrong one.
That's a really funny idea, isn't it? Being in the wrong Zoom.
Yeah, how can you be in the wrong Zoom, Garrett? I'm curious. How can you be in the right Zoom? Tell me.
That's a good question. Last week I was walking around the mountains in Wales with my friend. We were looking for mushrooms, and I was so disappointed when I couldn't find any, you know. And I know that if you do have a small quantity of mushrooms now and again, it can take that what's the word, depression off somebody, can't it, a little bit? And apparently it can the brain can change for the rest of the life. I think it's from the experience of it, you know. That's the impression I get, but I haven't yet tasted any mushrooms. But
are you going to try it, Garrett? Is that
I'd
what
like to, but the season has ended now, so I'm not going to find any, and I don't want to buy them because it costs money.
What kind of mushrooms are those?
What they call the Liberty
caps.
Yeah, the magic mushrooms.
Is it the one that grows in the cow's shit?
Not really, but in the fields on the eye altitude on
Oh, it's
mountains. That,
Well, it takes mud to grow a lotus, so in that way you're in the right direction, Garrett.
just repeat that.
If you take the ones who growing in shit, you're probably going to end up like a lotus.
Yes. Yeah.
Garrett, listen.
Gareth, if you go on. I
Garrett,
was just going to
listening
say,
to
Gareth,
you.
if you're taking the mushrooms, sorry. I was just going to say, Gareth, if you're taking the mushrooms, then you need to go to Michael's Zooms because it's just full of happy talk.
Yes. Yes.
Garrett, sweetheart, if you really want to take them, you're going to take them. I think you don't really want to take it. I really feel that. By the way, are you depressed? I don't have the idea. I don't see that you're depressed.
Well, I think on a scale from 0 to 10, I'd say I'm always about a 4. So
What do you want to be?
I agree. I agree with Rosa.
Yes.
I have no impression that since I know you, sweetheart, I have really not the impression that you're depressed. Sorry.
oh, that's good to hear that. Yeah.
Totally.
So, Garrett, who's making the score? Who's keeping the scores?
Yeah, it's a good question again. I don't know. Yeah.
So, who is saying I'm a 4 and not a 6?
Oh, that would be the yeah. My imagined me. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a me who's imagined. Well, who is doing the imagining?
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that one.
Can it be that there's just a thought arising saying that you are on a 4?
Yes. Yes.
Are you going
You're
to
still
say,
looking
well,
for that glimpse? Sorry, Gareth, you're still looking for that glimpse?
Yes, I like to have that glimpse. Yeah, I like to have that. I was listening. Yeah, Ginny was a lady that said she had a massive. I can't say the word. Glimpse. Glimpse. Yeah,
Yes.
and she's very happy and doesn't appear to be at all depressed. So I thought,
Okay, Garrett. So this has come a lot of times. You also say Rosa also seems happy. Now it's Jenny who is happy. I get it. So what is with all this happiness? So is happiness better than non-happiness?
I would say yes. I imagine.
And how come?
Well, I know what the other one's like. I know what the
And
depression is.
let me ask you another question. How do you know that Jenny is happy and that she's not full of shit and fooling you?
Well, usually I have a quick look to see if there's any money involved. You know, if there's a fee, you know, I question things then. But otherwise, I would take them from their face. You know, I'd say, yeah, if they're happy, I'm sure they're right. They wouldn't trick me and wouldn't trick
But
us.
do you actually know?
No.
Do you know anything actually?
No, I don't think so. No, I note I was very disappointed when I didn't find the mushrooms on the mountain, but I'd have to wait now till next September or October to.
And you know, just to say this, I'm not saying that she's fooling or fucking with your head. This is just, I mean, it's just a question. So before people start getting irritated, which can happen, of course, innocently when hearing this. So, but yeah, there's an idea that happiness is the way, right? When you are happy and when all seems love in a meeting and magical, then there's something where I have to be, where something is to get. And when it's just talk about thoughts and, you know, hitting your toe while going in the night to the toilet. That's all, you know. Yeah, it's funny, but it's not. Yeah, their enlightenment is really not to be found. You know, when there are serious faces, it's not a sign of freedom. A serious face is not a free face.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the way I see it. Yes, yes.
So I would say it's very simple, Garrett. You simply have to go to the right Zoom meetings.
Yeah,
Yes.
because here is nothing on offer, by the way. But anyway, it doesn't mean that it cannot be helpful or whatever. That you cannot. It's not. I'm not saying that smiling won't happen. Smiling may happen, you know. But this is not a Zoom to make anyone smile more. You know,
Oh,
it will not say that smiling will not happen. Even crying may happen. We've
this
seen this before.
this Zoom is much more uh, suitable because it's at 7 o'clock as opposed to 2 o'clock in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So I'll
Yeah.
go with this one.
You know, when the need is high, it doesn't matter which time, right?
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think you need, Gary? What do you think you need?
What to feel? Well, I
I mean,
also
what is it? What do you? Can you identify what it is that you're looking for? What is it that you want that you don't have that you need?
I think I need to have well, like I said 5 minutes ago, I'd like to have the happiness and don't have so much despondence. My father was exactly the same for all of his life. You know, he used to sell the cattle at the market, and even if the prices were very good, he would never be happy about it. You know, and I followed this way exactly. You know,
And
Do you
what's
think you
wrong
can?
about that? Sorry.
but it didn't feel very nice. It didn't feel very nice in the body. You know, when you feel a bit despondent. If you go running or walking up the mountain with your mates, you know, you haven't got time to think negative thoughts.
Do you think there's anything you can do to get it?
I don't know yet. I'm still trying, but yeah.
Garrett, you must try harder, sweetheart. Really. Come on. Try harder, baby. It's not enough.
That's what Tony Parsons says. Try harder and come again to my
Go
meeting.
for it. Just go for it.
Yeah.
I don't see depression either, Garrett. I see, you know, what has been seeing here is just a beautiful guy.
Yes.
A
Yeah.
really nice guy, which I enjoy being at the meeting.
Yes. Yes.
And intelligent.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, but
That's the way I see.
But
Oh, Garrett, don't be so arrogant. Take this compliment now. Come on.
mm,
Well, I'd like to say, speaking of Gareth, although I don't like speaking about other people, but yeah, Gareth is a beautiful person. There's no doubt about that. I love the guy. The guy is just beautiful. And I can see the depression, and I don't want to discount it. I don't want to just say, Gareth, you're fine, you're perfect. Yeah, you are. You are. We all are. But I get the depression because I've got depression. So I can see it. And even though you may be perfect and there's nothing wrong and all that, there is depression there for you in your experience. And I get that. And I think that needs to be acknowledged. And because it can be removed, or it can be softened, or it can be transformed, whatever you want to say. That can be done through whatever practices you find, practices, medications, therapies, whatever you like. It can be improved. And that doesn't take away all the non-duality, that you're already always perfect, just as you are right now. I think, and I got to say this, I always say it, I think that's a cop-out, that you're already perfect as you are. That's true. That is true. But that doesn't mean that there isn't depression and there isn't anxiety and
But
that there
no
aren't
one is saying
practices
that,
to get rid
Don.
of. No,
No
I
one
hear
is
that.
saying that.
Well,
That's just projection, you know?
well,
There's just a
Don, that was very well. That's very well said, Don. Yeah, actually, Gareth, I can see the depression as well. But okay.
sure. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with depression. And the non-dual seems to go, well, it's not there. Or
Who
if
is
it's
saying
there,
that, Don?
or if it's there, that's just what's there. There's the missing of, to Gareth or to me or to anybody who's depressed, it's meaningful that they're depressed and they want something, they want to change it. And to say there's nothing there, it's nothing there, you might get it that way. Seems like a lot of you people have. Some people can just go, oh, I'm depressed. Oh, it's really not there, or it's just what it is, whatever. And they just they have this great insight, and now they're free of the depression, or they're allowing it, or however it is for you guys. But that's for the few, and I can prove that because how many people are in that state in the world? Very few. God bless the people who are there. Most people are not there, and most people, I would say, need more processing or practice or whatever, or evolution in order to get there. It's not what you're speaking about. I really believe it's not available to every human being.
No,
and it's
Don,
arrogant to think that it is. Okay.
Don,
yeah.
Beautiful. I'm not saying it's not there. I'm only saying that I don't see it. That's all.
Okay.
I'm not saying to Garrett it's not there. Did you hear? I'm not saying there is no depression. No one was saying there is no depression. I'm not saying that. So what I see is just a beautiful guy there. I'm not talking about not being depressed or being depressed. That's just how it's seen here. As I see a beautiful Don.
Hey, Don, are you still there?
Yo, I'm here. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah. So, do you think I should offer to teach Gareth this practice, and then he can come back on the Zoom meeting and tell everyone all about it?
I mean, the practice that you teach?
Yes.
Yeah, that I do. Yeah. Oh, if he's up for it. I mean, once again, that's each practice is. Some people like this practice, some people like that practice. You got to find the one that you like, that works for you. But absolutely.
No, I don't think I fancy any more practices.
Okay.
I used to do. I did a lot of them at one time. There was one.
Oh, does that mean you've done some before, Gareth? Does that?
Yeah.
What have you done?
There was one called TM years ago.
Oh, excellent.
TM and.
Okay, well, it's interesting you should mention that because that's exactly what I teach. But okay.
Yeah, perhaps you may have taught me years ago.
Oh, I don't think so.
And it failed, maybe, but that was it.
Oh no, don't! I never have any failures. I have not had one failure.
I also tried the. I can't say the word now. Tony might know, but I had a stroke last summer, so I can't say the words as I'd like to say the words.
Yes, what I would say to that, Gareth, is that although that physical impairment has had an effect on the way that you form words or you can find words. What isn't touched rather, is just the silence. That's not touched by any of that.
Yes, yeah.
And once again, if you want the easier way without the practice, the mushrooms, but they've got to be microdosed. If you take the mushrooms and you feel it, if you feel any high whatsoever, that's not microdosing. So you won't find many people who can talk about microdosing because when they hear the word mushroom, they remember their trip on mushrooms, which was usually of the psychedelic nature. And that is not microdosing. So anybody who talks about mushrooms, they're talking about psychedelics. We're talking about microdosing mushrooms, which is not psychedelic. You don't even feel it. If you feel anything, you've taken too much. Literally, you don't feel anything. what you do feel in this bizarre way is the depression is a lot less. It's not high. It's just the depression is not there. If that makes sense, you're not high. You're not high from it. It's just that, just not depressed as much. So research microdosing. There's not much written on it, but research that, because that's where if you're going to get any benefit, that's where it would be, not tripping.
Unfortunately, Gareth just said that he's not going to be up in the mountains until next September. So,
well, you can get it online, especially if you're over in that area. You can get it online.
So you guys
online.
Wait. I know, you know, so beautiful, Don, you know, the mushroom guy, beautiful. So Garrett, if there's any interest for any practice or mushrooms, you know, connect with Don or connect with Tony there, you know. And
Don, no, not Don.
Do a one-on-one with Don about
Gareth, I'm just interested to ask you, why did you stop practicing TM? Why did you stop?
Oh, I can't remember now. That was a very long time ago. Very long time ago. I also did. Went to do with a V, Vipassana. You know.
Vipassana.
Yeah.
Oh, Gareth, what a shame I wasn't your teacher. What a pity.
There probably was another one as well, but I can't remember now. But
oh yes, well, yes.
Yeah, I did got a bit fed up with them all. But,
well, you know, not to be the party stopper, but I'm going to stop the party, you know. So
well, that's just what's happening, right? So,
well, yes, you know, just saying I'm going to stop it, yes, you know, and then maybe
1 hour 40. That's 1 hour 40, isn't it?
You know, there may be a need to continue about talking about mushrooms and practices, or totally no need, you know. There may be no need for practice or mushrooms, or, you know, or have eaten a dozen of mushrooms for many years and just simply not be interested in mushrooms anywhere. But it doesn't mean that there's any wrong with eating mushrooms or interest for mushrooms and talking about mushrooms and Vipassana and TM and whatever. It's already just simply this, yes. Yeah, it's this, Tony. This is it. So thank
and Gareth, go to one of Michael's meetings live and get some of the joy and love. If you can make it live to one of his meetings, come on by.
Oh, 50,
it seems to work for you. Since it seems to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come there and check it out. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't.
Hey, come along, Gareth. I think I'll go along. It's in a couple of days' time, right? Don's usually there as well, right? I saw Don there a couple of times. Come and get some of the joy and the love and the it's all happy stuff. It's just wonderful. It's poetry. It's poetry. It's all poetry.
Okay, you guys.
Okay. And it's a magic show, Sander. Huh? It's a magic show. I'm not
interested in magic. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Sweetheart, thanks for the meeting. I loved it.
Yeah, thank you everybody for openness and you know, whatever will come out. Giovanni, Tony there, Thailand, Garrett, Patricia, sweetheart from Scotland. Anand,
thank you all. Thank you.
Don, thank you. Nice to hear your voice, my man. Keep on those mushrooms. Marek, have fun. Take care.
Enjoy the party. Love you all.
Enjoy. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Oh.
So.